This is real talk. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing for y'all. These people out here gonna make it seem like, oh yeah, artist your creativity. No, I'm gonna keep it really, really real. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck.
Checking in with you, just checking in on you. Just know someone cares for you, so I'm checking in on you. We chit-chat to check-in, a second for venting, no judging conviction. I'm just here for the
Hey to the girls, hi to the guys. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the Chit-Chat Check-In, the place where we just talk about it. The place where we just talk about it, okay. I'm your long lost sister, singer-songwriter Chantel Soleil, and today we're talking about a lot. This is dedicated to my creatives, dedicated to specifically my independent artists or artists in general. We'll get into it. I went through a pre-midlife crisis in 2023. And I went through that crisis because it was like an identity crisis, it was a career crisis, it was what have I been doing for the last X amount of years crisis, what am I going to do for my future crisis. So if you, most of you know, but if you don't know, I've been an artist, singer, songwriter since I started in 2016, but it was really official in 2017. Over my career, I've done ample amount of shows, gone overseas, I just signed deals, moved around, did a whole bunch of stuff, okay? And I found myself in a midlife crisis because when I desperately wanted, I didn't want to be famous, I didn't want clout, I desperately wanted to make it as an artist. I desperately wanted that to be my income. I desperately wanted to be able to just be an artist. That would have been my job. I wanted it to be my everything. Like, I wanted that so I can't even stress y'all at how bad I wanted that, like, so bad. I mean, I went so hard from it. All of my money went into it, all of my finances, all of my time. I mean, some nights I'm doing 3 shows a night. Sometimes I'm doing 4 or 5 days out the week, 2-3 shows a night. So that adds up to about 15-20 shows a week. This is how hard I'm going, not just for 1 week. I'm doing this like consistently. I just was going so hard. And as the years went on, I didn't feel like I was making any progression. Like, the idea that I had of where I was going to be, I feel like I never got there. And that ultimately had a very negative effect on my mental. Not just like, oh man, I'm sad I can't make it. No. Sister girl was real life depressed. Sister girl was real life teeter-tottering with suicide and depression. Like, this is real talk. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing for y'all. These people out here gonna make it seem like, oh yeah, artist your creativity. No, I'm gonna keep it really, really real. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck. All right. As I continue. So I went there and just ran into a whole lot of dead ends. Like, I signed deals here and there. It just didn't pan out how I was going to pan out. You know, the music industry is quite messy. It's a lot of drama. It's a lot of bickering, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of people doing a lot of things, claiming they can do things and not doing it. And ultimately, the artist ends up getting the short end of the stick, and that's just what it was. So my solution was, okay, it must be where I am. Let me move somewhere else. So I moved to Atlanta. And I realized, oh, I can actually make it here, which is true. I really could, but it was gonna cost me a pretty penny. I said it was gonna cost me a pretty penny. Yeah, like, I could make it there, but the meetings I sat in, the rooms I was in, I definitely could have made it. I definitely for sure could have made it. But what they were trying to get me to pay, as if I just hadn't already been investing everything I had for the last 6-7 years, that could have been a down payment for a house. I could have bought a car. Cash. And what they were trying to get me to pay them to get me to making their music. And once I realized that, you know, moving to Atlanta was like my last lifeline. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this is it. Like, mind you, this is my latter 20s at this point. Like, I had been doing it for 6-7 years. So I started when I was 24. You do the math. 2 + 2 is what? All right. So at this point, 30's at the door. So it's like, what you gonna do, Bookie? Like, what's the plan? And I had to decide, is this worth it? Or what do I do? You know, I look back over the 7-8 years I have been doing this, and I realized I didn't gain anything. I didn't gain anything financially. My mental health actually was in shambles after that. Like I didn't have any peace of mind. Like like it looked good on the gram. Yeah, it looked good. Oh, she always going hard. She never gives up. She's so creative. She just keeps, yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm not okay. So I had to make a decision, like a real life decision. And that's what led me to pretty much being in a midlife crisis in my late 20s. Like, who am I? Who am I if I'm not pursuing music? Who am I if I'm not chasing this dream, chasing this goal? Like, this is what my identity has been attached to for the last 7, almost 10 years of my life. And now you're telling me that I don't want to do that anymore? Ooh, y'all, it was hard. Like, when I say that was like one of the hardest years, like I had some hard years in Virginia, definitely. But that was a hard year because I was voluntarily like laying something down. Like, it's very hard when you're like, a part of you is dying and you have to grieve that part of yourself. Like, I really had to grieve and mourn. You know, I was like frustrated with myself. I felt like I wasted years, wasted time and trying to pursue this. And then it was just a lot, you feel me? And I had to make a decision for myself, like, what did I want? And ultimately, I came to the conclusion that I have to fix my relationship with my art, with my artistry. It wasn't the artistry that was the issue. It wasn't even the lack of support that was the issue. It was my relationship with it, my expectations that were attached to it because of how bad I wanted something. So it sounds easy now, but I had to let that go. Like, I literally had to take a step back from my artistry and realign, like, what do I want out of this now? If I don't want this anymore, what do I genuinely want out of it? And I had to go all the way back to the very beginning. Why did I start? I started because it was a creative outlet. I started because I enjoyed doing it. I started because it was fun. That's why I started. I didn't start it to make millions of dollars. I didn't start it to get signed to major labels. I never said I wanted any of that when I initially started. It wasn't until I got into it and people telling me, oh, you could be this, you could be that. And I'm like, oh, I can do that. I can be that. But at the end of the day, that's not why I started. So I had to go back to why I started. I started for me. It was just an outlet. It was just a hobby. Just like baking or just like doing hair, just like sewing, like it was just a hobby. And I had to put it in its place because my music was controlling me. I no longer had control over my music. Like, my music literally had me on like one of them little puppet things. Yeah, it was like that. And it wasn't it. And I feel like a lot of artists go through this, but they're scared to talk about it, or they want to seem like, oh, you know, and I get it, you know, and it's cute when you 21, 23, 25, 26, then you start hitting 27, and so you have 28, and then you look at 29, and so you're gonna be 30. It ain't cute no more. It ain't sweet no more, because now you look up and you're like, dang, I don't even got nothing to own. I don't even got nothing to my name. I don't got no crib. I don't got no house. I ain't got no savings. And that's another thing, little tidbit. If you're an artist, a lesson that it took me 7+ years to learn, creative, whatever, it is okay to work a 9-to-5. It is okay. Working a 9-to-5 does not take away your creativity. Working a 9-to-5 does not erase who you are, does not erase your passions, erase your dreams. It actually may help you get there faster because you're able to finance them in moderation. Because another side note from that is all my money was going towards music. No savings plan, no emergency fund, no, I just wanted this for me. Everything I bought was for music, clothes was for music, shoes was for music. Everything that my card swiped for ultimately was for music, to the point where when I stopped, I didn't even know how to shop anymore because everything I bought was like for shows or for being in front of people, for being in front of crowds. I didn't even know how I would dress outside of like music. It was that deep. So it was deeper than just, oh, she don't want to do music no more. That's what people think when they hear me say, oh no, I'm cool on that. Like, I don't really care to do shows no more. Like, if I do a show, it's because something I really want to do. They think, oh, she just no. Like, it's deeper. It's so much deeper than surface level of I don't want to do music anymore. my priorities have totally changed. Like, I will never let myself get to a place where music is running my mental, and you shouldn't either. You shouldn't. Like, you should, especially this time of year with the Spotify wrap-ups. I would be spiraling right now. Years ago, I would be spiraling like right now, seeing people post, comparing myself to their views, and why did I get that many streams? They got this many streams. I feel happy for people now. I see them post their things, and I'm like, that's great. That is so good. I look at my wrap-up, and I don't feel defeated. I don't feel like, I wish I had more. Listen, if I put a song out, a video out, if I'm the only viewer, if I only want to listen to it 10 times a day, if I give myself 100 views, I did it. I put it out. The fun part was creating it. I'm not about to let the end part of me putting it out and allowing other people to just smash my dream. I thought it was a masterpiece when I did it. I had fun when I put it out, but I was allowing people's opinions, the lack of viewership, the lack of support to make me, it just, Jesus, it was so bad, y'all. Like, I can't even really put it all in this video. But the point it is, we're talking about mental health, like mental health for my creatives. Like, don't even let social media take over, because it's easy to get on there and look around and be like, oh, they doing this, they doing that, they doing this. Boogie, focus on you. Even if you got to make a schedule of, okay, I'm posting this, and this, but I'm not staying on social media. I'm getting on here just to post, just to share this. I'm going to send this to X amount of people, and I'm going to hop off. Sometimes you have to do that, and that is okay. But I never thought I would be in a place I am now where, like, yeah, I enjoy doing music. I genuinely do, but I'm not going out here doing 50,000 shows a week for 10 people to be in the crowd. I'm not doing that. I'm not going out here and buying outfits to go to this show and go to that. I'm not doing every show that's presented to me. I'm not doing all these email, text blasts, and I'm not. Am I still just as passionate for my music? Yes, I am. If I make it, would I be happy? Yes, I would be happy. But not at the expense of my happiness and my mental health, because I started this because it brought me happiness and it brought me joy. And once I realized that it was actually bringing me sadness, stress, depression, oppression, it was just time to like rearrange. It was time to figure it out. And if people try to be funny, be like, oh, you moved to Atlanta and you find out. No, I moved to Atlanta and I found myself. Because if I had to stay in Virginia, if I had to stay home, I don't think I ever would have been able to make that separation of, like, coming back here. I don't feel the pressure. And I'm not even gonna lie, like, because I still got that dog in me. Like, I've always been very competitive, very like, I'm gonna do this, I can do this, very much a planner, I can do. So it is hard for me at times to see people doing shows and see people doing this and doing that, when it's like, at the end of the day, I've done that. I've been there. So even a part of me be like, dang, I do still want to do shows. And I am going to get back into shows, but they're going to be on my timing, and they're going to be events that I deem my presence is warranted. I'm not doing no showcases, and not doing no open mics. If I do the open mic, it's going to be a setting that I really like, or someone that I know. Other than that, nobody's going to get me to do anything I don't want to do when it comes to music. If I never make it, I will never stop making music. I make music till I'm 85. I will be in that booth and Pring will be right there recording me. That's what it is. But I'm not going to, that's just not my goal anymore. Now my goal is to be set financially, to be good. So to the point now where it's just like, I'm gonna keep doing music, but I'm doing it on my own terms. I'm doing my videos on my own terms. I'm putting music on my own terms. I'm not doing anything because I feel like I have to do it, because I have to make it, because I need to do it, because I have to. I'm not doing it no more. See, borderline, this is actually a testimony, because through all that, God is the one that brought me through all that. God is the one that was just like, yo, your identity is in me, not in your music. I gave you this gift. Let's chill on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's relax. And Chantel Soleil was never an alter ego, because Chantel is my middle name. My artist name was originally just Chantel. Like, so it was never an alter ego thing for me, but it was just, you can just get so lost in your goals, so wrapped up in your dreams sometimes, that you lose sight of yourself. You lose yourself in that. And yes, it's okay to go hard. It's okay to chase your dreams, but it's also balance. Like, it's also balance. You feel me? So I feel like, you know, that's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to let y'all know that because, you know, I love transparency. I'm not here to make y'all think any of this is glitz and glam. I'm not here to make you think my life is so perfect, because I've learned no matter what's going on, I'm going to always have joy and I'm going to always have peace. I could have $0 in my pocket. I'm going to have joy. I'm going to smile. A smile will be my face and I'm going to have peace. If I got $1,000 in my pocket, joy, peace, happiness. I got $1 million, joy, peace, happiness. Life is too short. Life is definitely too short to be letting your dreams stress you out. You feel me? Take control of your mind. Okay, take control of your art. Take control of your craft. And most importantly, take control of your life before you look up and be 35 and you're still a starving artist. That's what we don't want. So this is, you know, my younger artists out there, maybe you looking up and you about to be 27, maybe 25, 20, maybe 22. That's cool. But give yourself a marker. Hey, when I hit this age, if I'm not doing what I'm doing, okay, I'm gonna reroute. I'm not gonna give up, but I'm gonna readjust what I'm doing. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. You feel me? Don't just let life pass you by, because that's what I did. And I don't want you to do what I did. All right? Okay? Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to my channel. A topic you want me to talk about, drop it in the comments. You keep going, and I will too. Peace.